Hello, this is MD Conservative from the Conservative Intelligence Report, found at ci-report.blogspot.com. Also found at CIR Radio at www.blogtalkradio.com/CIR_radio. This is the first in what will probably be a number of Operation Association YouTubes. It is to address the situation which has evolved over the year into an attack on one person into an attack on many. Who are the perpetrators? Two individuals, Jimmy Z and Sunlit Night, both from anewtone.com. www.anewtone.com. If you do not like what these two individuals are doing, Jimmy Z and Sunlit Night from anewtone.com, please feel free to contact them. I am sure they're more than willing to listen to your concerns. This hate-filled vendetta has come to an head in the past month with a comment like this from Sunlit Night on Twitter. In a back and forth with Chris, who is an openly gay person, he comments, "We crush our gay opponents." Homophobic, possibly hate speech, but possibly one of the most concerning things after a month of Jimmy Z and Sunlit Night going around to multiple pages, to multiple shows, and commenting to other people and harassing them, is this comment from Sunlit Night on Twitter. Once again, American Truth Warriors was the main topic for most of the lesser BTR shows. Their fixation with us is becoming a bit alarming. The fixation with you? I think not, my friend. You are being taken on now for your hate-filled speech and your vendettas against women. Now this comes into what the major problem was, which was this so-called Troops show. In a back and forth on Sunlit Night's Twitter page with Danger Girl, it's a back and forth. He replies to her, "It was our show, bitch. Always has been. It's documented. We are the party." Then he goes on with, trying to steal it, etc. This is incredible. And then the line that blows me out of the water that almost is the finale, but I'll just say it here. To Danger Girl on Sunlit Night's page, "There was never any chance it wouldn't be. We are the best, and a troop show without us is simply impossible. We are the kings." And beyond that, now go lick your wounds with the other traitors. This conversation is over. Wench. Above, to Chris, "Don't lie, bitch. I called you Field Grazer, ND Lib, and Danger Whore traitors because that is what you are." Huh. Well, that's very interesting, and I love it. And "You're the kings, and a troop show is nothing without you." Well, I'm sorry, sir, but the USO existed well before you, Bob Hope existed well before you, and if you had any decency and did a troop show for the troops, you would not be calling active duty soldiers traitors, and you would also not be calling yourselves the kings. If you do a troop show for the troops, you do it for them, you do it for their families, you do it for their loved ones. Do you hear me? For them, not for yourself, not to say you're the kings. And I am sorry, but there is only one person in history that has been made an honorary veteran by Congress. That is Bob Hope. Bob Hope is the king of troop shows. You did not come up with an original idea. Bob Hope did. Bob Hope helped the USO. Not you, him. Stop the lies that you own a troop show. People don't owe you royalties because they want to help the troops. Don't tear down troop shows because you want credit for it. That is pathetic, and you would have Bob Hope turning over in his grave right now for that kind of talk. Bob Hope made the shows about the troops, what they wanted, what they asked for, not what they thought was going to boost their numbers. Not at all. Because once you start doing that, it's not a troop show. It's shameless self-promotion. And you're continuing assaults on your Twitter page, Sunlit Night, of saying troops aren't troops, calling people wenches, bitches. That's very Christian of you. My goodness. I'm so glad that you will be bringing those Christian values to your show. It's fantastic. The other thing that's funny, this is great. You assault the other troop shows. A day later, you say they're good, and then a day later you say they're bad. That's kind of funny, but not a Newt one. But I love Jimmy Z's comments over at a troop show. Annie's comments is not in line with anything near what we call the truth. The fact is, Chandler was written to, and so far hasn't had the class enough or character enough to write back. This show here was done for one purpose: to steal the concept out from under the show's creators. In fact, those who perpetrated this fraud were running out of the black and white show for reasons easily explained. That alone proved that none of this show was for the troops, and it also proved once again that wankers will win. Yeah, wankers wank whenever said wankers are given the opportunity. Now delete this comment fast, because one thing is for certain: the originators of the troop show concept do welcome and all participants with open arms. And those who perpetuated this fraud absolutely do not. Semper Fi my ass, you hypocrites. Much love, Jay-Z. Thank you, Jimmy Z, for calling two Marines frauds for doing a troop show. You should be disgusted with yourself. That is pathetic and low, and it just is a testament to your deplorable character that no one should ever have to consider calling you a king. The troops are the kings of a troop show, not you, not Sunlit. You selfish, snide little asses. It sickens me to think that there are people like you out there that put yourself before the troops. How dare you? And then to wrap yourself in the flag while doing it. Pathetic, low, and quite frankly, makes me ill. And while we're talking about original ideas, I've seen you type a lot about the truth, the whole truth, 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 truth. We're about the truth, and all your Truth Warrior shows. Let me find the page for one moment here. I read a quote from a book that I will tell you where it's from right after I finish it. As an expert in both form and content, in both delivery and substance, in both entertainment, I must tell you that the two should never clash. One's message, for example, should never be contradicted by his manner of communicating it. Before you jump to any conclusions, I'm not talking about such things as a conservative message being heralded by the Pretenders' bumper music. I'm not referring to my show at all, except as a contrast to what I'm going to tell you. Because my show, though it contains various styles, never, let me repeat this, never betrays the truth. What drives my show is truth. Truth in both form and substance. And my audience consists of those who have the courage to believe and live the truth. That brings me to a matter that concerns me in the most profound way. That sounds a lot like your guys' show, doesn't it? I'd almost say that is your show, isn't it? Oh, but hold on, let me check something in my autographed copy here as I flip through the pages, if you just give me a moment. Oh wait, that was written in 1993 by Rush Limbaugh. So you two jackasses stole from Rush Limbaugh. Now that's documented, Library of Congress, 1993. Nice way to steal a concept from someone else who is an actual king of radio. Folks, this is language and people that we don't need in our society. These are people that need to be exiled. That is why I am forming Operation Association. It is a targeted campaign to get rid of the cancers in our party and in our society. And that is why our motto will be a quote from Burke. Quote, "When bad men combine, the good must associate, else they will fall one by one in unpitied sacrifice in a contemptible struggle."